No, she can't, she's running.
No, for the president for the caucus.
That's a little different. Well, Dan.
Dan Piaski. You have one nomination for Dan Piaski.
All those in favor?
Aye. Opposed?
Unanimous, Mr. President.
Now we need two tellers nominated from the floor. Ryan, you wanna count votes?
I can do that.
I nominate Brian Kohler. All those in favor?
Aye.
Is your wife open for
We
nomination?
need,
I'm not me, Barbara.
We got here yet.
What? You can call votes.
I can't call him.
What's your wife?
She was the town.
Linda, yeah. I'll nominate Linda.
all those in favor for Linda? Aye.
Okay.
It's all yours.
The first position is the position of the village president. Nominations from the floor.
I nominate Sunshine.
Second.
Are there any other nominations?
I nominate Sam Nagel.
Hold on now.
I'll second that.
And there's a second?
Second.
Oh, wait, we have a second.
Who seconded the first one?
No,
Oh,
first.
the first,
Linda? Or Brian? Who separate?
For Sunshine, I nominated.
Yeah, who seconded?
Bob.
Oh, Bob, okay. State your full name when you're nominating.
Mary Piaski.
Okay.
I have a second by,
Jeremy Nagel.
no,
Bill, yeah.
it was by Bill.
And who was this for? Who nominated
For Sam Nagel.
Sam Nagel?
Yes.
Who's he?
Who's he?
Seconded?
It was, you got it? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations?
You can close them.
We'll close nominations. Now we have the position open for two trustees, which were currently Don Markuski and Richard Decker were the incumbents.
I
Nominations are
nominate
open.
Brian Kohler.
Is there a second?
I will second it.
We have a motion for Brian with, from Passarelli, second by Rebar. You caught up?
Yep.
Are there any other nominations?
Jeremy Nagel, I'd like to nominate Bob Phelps.
Is there a second?
Eric Reason, I'd like to second that.
I'd like to nominate Buckwheat, Don Mikowski. Excuse me.
I'll second that.
Who's that, who said that?
Michael Harris.
Here. Are there any other nominations?
I'd like to,
Go ahead.
I'd like to nominate Rich Decker.
I'll second that.
Who seconded it? Mike?
Mike.
Yep.
Are there any other nominations?
Eric Reese, I'd like to nominate Jeremy Nagel.
I'll second that.
Who seconded that?
I was gonna do it, but you watch it right home with them.
You caught up?
Yep.
Are there any other nominations?
Nicole Kozinski, I'd nominate Carrie Pat.
I'll second that.
What's your last name?
Kozinski, Kosinski.
Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? Are there any other nominations? I'll close nominations, then we'll have to vote for two.
Oh, no,
No, four.
Four.
Well, you'll be able to vote for four of the members that are nominated.
Who are the tellers?
It's Linda and.
Brian and Linda, huh?
Up to 4?
Yeah, you can vote
You vote
for,
for up to four.
up to 4. You don't have to, you can vote for 1 through 4. Here's the slips. Linda and Brian gotta pass them out. Make sure just the people that are signed in get them, Brian. Pens, I don't have, everybody got their own pen, I hope.
There's only one ballot for people signed in, there are some people in here. Can the people that are not signed in, please raise your hands? So if you take a look, it's gonna be.
Point of order, Sunshine.
What?
A point of order. You need to check with the people who were nominated that they accept that nomination.
Well, they gotta sign a paper tomorrow whether they accept or not.
Okay.
Did I do you? It's kind of stuck.
So we're voting on just for the trustee position, and you can vote for four, and the candidates are Brian Keeler, Bob Phelps, Buckwheat, Richard Decker, Jeremy Nagel, and Terry Pat. So you can vote for up to four of those. All on one paper.
They all have to be on one ballot.
Do you guys get to vote? Yeah. Thank you. You got sheets? Did you guys
Oh. They count the votes.
Yeah, if you just walk around and
pass them down there? Pass them down.
and then bring them up here, you guys will go to the right here, right, Tom?
Hard state ballots.
Did you guys vote for this?
I know, I should have something.
Yeah, Tom, do you have anything she can put in it? She can't. Something?
Billy's hat.
Billy's hat.
Billy's hat.
She'll have the
I know.
vote again.
I didn't think.
I don't think so. No, we don't vote again. Just this once.
Come on. You can put your business on. Or your index card. Younger generation. That's my mind.
Get all the names. Yes, and then I mark them. Somebody else better mark them too, just to make sure.
You mean on a piece of paper?
Just take it, take whatever you want.
You gotta read them all out. Here's mine.
You can wait, I got the license. Because I said something about that. All right.
Look in that one.
That was a good picture,
Gentlemen ready?
Yeah.
Markowski, Decker.
Jeremy Nagel, Bob Phelps.
Richard Decker, Buckwheat.
Richard Decker, Buckwheat.
Don Markowski, Richard Decker.
Richard Decker, Don Makowski.
Richard Decker, Don Buckwheat Markowski, and Brian Cable.
You can only vote for, yeah, you can vote for one. Okay.
Buckwheat, Brian Kay, Richard Decker. Can't hear Linda.
Richard Decker, Buckwheat.
Richard Decker, Buckwheat.
Bob Phelps, Jeremy.
Richard Decker and Buckwheat.
Nagel, Phelps.
Buckwheat, Decker.
Phelps, Nagel.
Richard Decker, Buckwheat.
Rich Decker, Buckwheat, Brian Kaler.
Richard Decker, Buckwheat.
Richard Decker, Buckwheat.
Buckwheat, Richard Decker.
Rich Decker, Buckwheat.
Buckwheat, Brian, Rich Decker.
Rich Decker, Buckwheat.
Jeremy Nagel, Buckwheat.
Buckwheat, Jeremy Nagel.
Buckwheat, Rich Decker, Brian.
Brian Kaler, Buckwheat, Richard Decker.
Rebar, Brian, Bob Phelps, Rich Decker. That's it.
Somebody else backing me up here. I got Brian, 7.
Just hang, can you give me the last one again?
Okay, Rebar,
Okay,
Brian,
okay,
Bob Phelps.
yep,
Rich Decker.
okay.
I have Brian at 7, Bob Phelps at 5, Rebar at 7, Terry Pat at 0, Rich Decker, 22, and Buckwheat, 23.
Yes.
Does that match everybody?
Yep.
So it's Brian, Rebar, Rich Decker, and Buckwheat on the ballot. Thank you, tellers.
Do I need a motion to close caucus or just close it?
Just close it, yeah.
The caucus is closed.
That's another ballot.
Thank you.
We get to go though.
This was the church, the biggest church in the churches
That's how it's
Bloody Marys.
The ceiling when it came down, that shouldn't have When do we vote on it?
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
We don't have an election in April.
Yeah, yeah.
We got one in February.
That's just, superintendent of school. That's gonna be a primary, it's just a primary. It's just.
Just don't have a count and then make it.
Ready, sunshine?
I'm ready. Okay. Meeting called to order.
I guess we're going.
Village of Lohrville, December 10th, 2024, regular monthly meeting. Meeting called to order by President Sunshine Visitors Tuesday, December 10th, 2024. Members absent, none. Moved by McCarthy, seconded by Decker to accept the minutes of the previous meeting as read. Motion carried. Moved by Piaski, seconded by Markuski to pay the village bills for December 2024. Motion carried. Watoma Post Office 219, Legal, Wisconsin Municipalities 378.19. Dan McCarthy 245.23, Dan McCarthy 207.79, Tom Monticelli 483.78, Alliant Energy 682.91, Mechanics and Metalwork 117.94, Washare County Treasurer $12,960.24, We Energies 89.23. Public comment, Eric Reese asked why McCarthy sanded the roads when we had an inch of snow. McCarthy, the snowpack and got really slippery. Eric Reese asked when the trustees come in late, why aren't they absent? Decker said, just count me absent for the last meeting, closed. The proposed budget was presented, a couple of questions were asked and answered. Moved by Markuski, seconded by Piaski to adopt the Village of Lohrville 2025 budget in the amount of $126,321. Motion carried. McCarthy asked about the semi-accident in the town. Several signs and posts were hit and had to be replaced. The board thought $500 for labor and materials would be a fair price for repairs. The clerk will contact the sheriff's department. McCarthy asked about the burnt house on First Street. John Krieger owns it. McCarthy stated Paul Todd will use his tractor to pile up dump brush. Moved by Piaski, seconded by Decker to hire Paul Todd to pile up dump brush for $50 an hour, not to exceed 4 hours. Motion carried. Moved by Markuski, seconded by Piaski to adjourn. Motion carried.
Can I have a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
We Energies 89.23, United States Treasury, fourth quarter Social Security 395.70. Washare County Treasurer firmware license 241.89. Washare County Treasurer election costs 569.86. Sunshine Visitors President's salary 461.75. Barb Stanky Treasurer 923.50. Dan Piaski, 6 meetings, 277. Dan McCarthy, 6 meetings, 277. Don Markuski, 6 meetings, 277.05. Richard Decker, 4 meetings, 221.64. Tom Monticelli, clerk, 461.75. Washare County Treasurer, tax settlement, $58,850.36. Watoma School District, tax settlement, $56,631.88. Fox Valley Technical, tax settlement, $8,026.52. John Blader Assessor, $300. Quick Trip Plow Fuel, $171.50. Red Granite Area Fire District, 2 emergency calls, $50. Red Granite Area Fire District, first quarter dues, $28.54.05. Dan McCarthy, 21 Hours Road, $297.83.
Can I have a motion to pay the bills?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Are you ready?
Almost. Okay.
We're open for public comment.
I don't know if everyone on the board knows, but you need to be a resident of the village in order to be a trustee. So I'm gonna give a few moments of my time to let the person that no longer lives here in the village resign. Okay, so it's been brought to my attention and several other people here in the village that there's a trustee sitting up there that no longer lives in the village. I do have documentation and proof of that. I feel that person needs to resign immediately. They should not be voting. They've already voted this evening. And I think since the person has shown interest, Linda Hepperstead, I think she should be appointed to fill that position for the next couple months. But you got a trustee sitting up there that no longer lives in the village. And it's gonna be very, excuse me, lovely. And I find it very disheartening to know that some other trustees have been aware of this and have not done anything about it either.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anyone up here that doesn't live in the village?
Well, he's talking about me, because I have another house, but I do live in the village.
Where do you live?
At the bar, you already know.
No, you don't, because actually I've got the paperwork here that speaks of your bartender and her 80-year-old mother that actually on their license states that they live there. So
Like you
you
see
don't
the
live there unless you live with them two people. Your address on the state of Wisconsin
So
is,
you're telling me where I live? Is that what you're doing?
your address on the state of Wisconsin comes up as W3121 State Road 21, Berlin, Wisconsin. Richard Lee Decker, age 60. Is that
Absolutely.
you?
Absolutely. I bought a business. Does that mean something?
But
Or?
you're living out there. So do you want to sit here and deny it and lie? Because if you are going to lie and it comes back through the state of Wisconsin, I'm just going to inform you that every vote that you just made tonight is considered voter fraud. By voting at the caucus is voter fraud.
You do what
If you're
you need to
willing
do,
to
my
do
friend.
that, then that's your call to make.
You do what you need to do.
Thank you for your time.
Is there any other public comment?
I'd like to say, I see that we have the wing on the plow truck, and I think Dan's doing a fabulous job with it. So I just wanted to bring that to the board's attention. Watched him on the last snowfall when he plowed, and it looks like it's really working good. Contradictory to some members of the board that thought all the mailboxes would get taken down. I haven't seen any mailboxes taken down, so thank you, Dan. You're doing a good job with that. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Public comments closed.
Okay.
Do you have anything, Tom, that needs to be addressed?
Well, new caucus, not really. Got these letters here, but
I don't think that's
That feels
anything we
normal,
need to, yeah.
anybody got anything? Dan?
Richard, do you have anything?
I can show you my license where I live. I don't know what you guys want.
Okay. Buckwheat?
Have you used the when you're on the snowplow yet?
I use it all the time, yeah. When we had the big snowstorm we did, yeah. Works great.
I was just wondering if it was better, but used yet.
Oh, yeah. There's no light on there, so I'm doing it all blind.
There's no light?
There's no light on the wings, so I'm probably.
Is it something you can, I
We're
mean,
gonna- yeah.
I don't have
No,
any
we're gonna put
idea.
it on,
Okay.
I haven't got it yet.
Okay.
Okay, my turn?
It's your turn.
All right, we got a, on that, for that stop sign, can I bring that up?
Yeah, I got some news on that too.
Yeah, okay. So I talked with the county, can I say about the letter? About, or do you have something you want to add on that before I get into that?
The letter,
You said you got a letter from them?
I sent them a letter with a $500 charge.
Right.
he called back and said he wants an itemized statement. He says that 500 sounded random to him. If it was $499.99, it would have been more believable.
So what I did is I called the county and I talked with them about if a sign is taken down, they get $60 per hour. And then if any truck or any vehicle other than doing that, it's $30 an hour. Our cost on the post is $32.06, so I don't know what you guys want to do on that charge. But the other thing is I had, when I straightened the metal pole up, other than the stop sign and the street sign, I had to put a different, I'm gonna call it a crown. That's what holds the sign up. And I don't know what to charge for that. You know, I don't know.
Well, and then also is the time in there, is the time factored in?
Right, well, then that's the thing is, I had about 3.5 hours. But then I also had to go out to Watoma.
And the mileage and everything should be recorded, and then Tom can print that up. So just every little thing, I know it sounds petty, but even in business, that's what we do. We record our mileage, we record our time, and all the purchases. And
The bolts,
yes,
But-
I mean, every purchase and
Yeah, but
everything you do
Then I
is
can make that
recorded.
hurt, but we have to come up with an hourly rate. I can't.
Tom can help you out with that.
So I didn't know if the board had to say it was gonna be so much an hour, or do we just go by what the county charges? So that's
mean,
what-
Well, if he didn't do it and the county come and done it, that's what it cost us.
Right,
yeah.
but I can't just put it down to 60 without talking to you guys and getting it okay.
I thought we agreed to a certain price on the
We
sign.
did, but he turned it down, the guy
But he
up there.
said no,
we need an itemized.
because they want it itemized, which makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it does. So just do the same as the county,
Okay,
and that should be fine.
and then for the post, you guys just wanna charge them what we have into it?
What we pay for a post, that's
Replacement cost.
a
Replace the
replace,
cost.
if you had to buy a new post today,
Yep.
what is the cost of it?
$32 and something.
Then that's what you should charge.
Okay. And then what about for like the crown part that holds the?
See if you can find something similar on, like if you had to buy that piece, and that's what you should charge,
Okay.
unless you can find the same exact piece.
All right.
Anything else?
No, but, should be good.
Okay.
I'd like to have some input. We didn't have a fires meeting last month, but we're coming, one coming up. And I know any of you received a thing in the mail about the different fire truck and
I haven't gotten any.
grass fire truck or something similar to that. It wasn't brought up at the last meeting, but if it's brought up, I'd like to get some input on. I know we just bought a fire truck.
We're getting another truck?
This is I haven't, didn't come up, but I got a thing in the mail that said,
Oh, can I add, that was, I believe that would have been from the fire department auxiliary, or I don't know the exact term, but fire and rescue auxiliary, I think is the proper term. And that is to raise, that is the firemen as themselves, the group of the firemen. And it's a tax deductible.
Like they raise their own funds?
We raise our own funds to contribute to the fire district to purchase, things for the truck, such as on this last engine that, was purchased. The funds that we as firemen raise were donated to it, and this is money that the community donates that we put back into purchasing extra equipment for the district.
because it wasn't explained very well in the letter then, because I got some phone calls that said, hey, are they getting another new? And that's why I brought it up. Well, good thing you clarified some of this, because
I believe that's, what you have there.
Thank you for asking for our input though, before the meeting.
Anything else?
Like nothing.
Move to adjourn.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?